rock solo, dolo. Couldn't hold on no more. You ain't by me, you got to go though. You ain't by me, you got to go though. Now I rock solo, dolo. Couldn't hold on no more. You ain't by me.
What's good, love? If you are new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back, love. Welcome back. Hopefully, you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you never miss a video, okay? So you never miss a video, okay? So, as you can tell by the title, I just wanted to share a little bit more detail about what's going on and what I'm doing. Um, so yeah, let's talk about it. Let's tap in with your girl. Tap in. All right. So as you at this point, you already know that I'm a bride. You already know that I left the state. You already know that I left my apartment. Um, so I feel like it was time to really talk about why I made that decision, so I can give you some clarity and understanding about where I am and what I'm doing. Okay. And if you didn't know or if you couldn't assume yet, I pretty much sold all my stuff. Like I I purged the things that I had accumulated over time in order to be here. So that was something that needed to happen. So I felt like if I would have kept my things, it would have been like kind of like an anchor, like one foot in of this life and one foot still in my old life. So I did feel like I needed to clear that space, clear that energy, clear my ties. Just again, I needed to clear space in order to make room for this life. So over time, I definitely built. Um, a life of stability, man. I've been hustling and working and grinding my entire life. Like I feel like that's all I did. Like from the time that I, moved out on my own, I feel like I've been grinding, hustling, you know, fighting for the life that I envisioned, the life that I wanted, the life that I felt like was success. Okay. I had, the place if you watch the our moving video, you know that, everything that I wanted in a place, I had that. I had stability, I work a good job, have a nice car, have a nice house. I have all those things. I've worked for all those things over time. So I was safe, I was secure in the life that I had before I got here. So it's not like I'm running from anything or chasing anything. I was good. I was straight. I had 2 feet on the ground. You feel me? In the life that I had before I got here. So I just want to be clear with that. That it wasn't, something happened that forced me to do this, or it was none of that. All of this has been a choice. Okay. But if I'm being honest, although I had accumulated physical things, again, I was stable, I was secure based off of programming, based off of conditioning, you know what I'm saying? I don't know about y'all parents, but my parents have always instilled in me what my future should look like, while I work a job until I retire. I should be looking for a 401k, I should be looking for vacation time. Like I like although those values were instilled in me, um it didn't really instill in me like internally, if that makes sense. Yeah, it sounds good, but it never really felt good, felt home, felt like my future, if that makes sense. I felt like I was building something um, that I didn't technically want to have as my future. So all of this choice, this decision, this life, all of this started from last January when I went to Jamaica. And normally, I get that vacation feeling where I'm trying to go out, I'm trying to, have fun, I'm trying to do the touristy things, I'm trying to experience. Like I didn't really get the vacation feeling when I went to Jamaica. Like it was no, you know, I'm gonna do what I want to do because these people will never see me again. It wasn't that. I did not have that energy, that vibe the whole time. I did not feel like I went on vacation when I went to Jamaica for my birthday last year. It was definitely it was definitely a very deep vacation. Um, and that's for the most part, I didn't record a lot of it. I recorded some of it, but I didn't record a lot of it for that reason. 'Cause it definitely had me question a lot of things because I feel like being, I'm not saying, I don't know if it's being in the US, but I feel like there's a certain narrative that we are given in the US of what abroad is like, of what certain countries are like. I feel like I went in expecting a confirmation or expecting to experience that narrative. But I feel like it was the total complete opposite. Like I feel like, people always ask about the culture shock based off the local culture. I feel like the culture shock was what the culture is like compared to what my culture, like what I was raised with. I feel like it had me questioning again my values and the beliefs that were instilled in me, if that makes sense. This is where hopefully this explanation helps you understand what I'm saying. When I'm driving down 75, and now again, I don't know if I'm from Tampa, Florida. I'm born and raised from Tampa, Florida. Okay. And when I'm driving down 75 and when I get to the Florida, Georgia border, I can feel that I'm home. Like you could feel the humidity in the air, the temperature immediately changes. You can start seeing palm trees. The sky looks different. Like when I get across that border, I can feel that I'm home physically. I could feel that I'm home. But when I went to Jamaica, it was the first time I ever felt home. When I say home, I'm talking about home internally, inside of me, in my heart space. Jamaica was the first time I felt home. I like I can't. That's the best explanation that I can give you. That I've never felt that home before. I never had that feeling before. Like I promise you, being in Jamaica, like it felt like I like those people knew me my entire life. It felt like I knew them my entire life. It felt like they knew me. It was all love. Like it was crazy. It was the wildest experience I ever had in my life. Okay. I felt home. I, that's the best I can give you. Okay. That's the best I can give you. And after I went home, that's where this whole physical being, this whole physical shift started. That's when the spark was created. I swear to you, it changed my life. Jamaica changed my life. Shout out to all my Jamaicans. Okay, shout out to Jamaica. Okay, and it like the real question that I had was, I spent my whole life working towards a certain version of success. Again, whether that's conditioning, whether that's programming, I spent my whole life working towards a certain vision of success, but I never actually felt home in it. I never felt like, yes, this is my life because I created it, I built it, I grind for it, I hustle for it, I took losses for it. Absolutely. But it was all physical, it was all tangible, it was none of it was feeling. Okay, none of it was feeling. I could decorate a place. I can make it peaceful. I can make it feel like those decorations resonate with me. That's why I like them. That's why I put them in my house. But that's all superficial, superficial home. You feel me? It's the home I created, but it's not the home that I felt. And I'm just keeping it a buck. It's not the home that I felt. And if I don't feel home in a home that I've created, what am I actually doing here? Like, what am I really building here? Like, am I building a facade? Am I, you know what I'm saying? I'm just painting the picture, but I'm not in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in it. I'm just painting a picture. It looked good from the outside. Like, again, you can see my life. Okay, again, I have a great job. I have a nice car. I have a nice place. I live in a safe neighborhood. You feel me? But at the same time, emotional fulfillment just wasn't there. Like, and and this goes back to the conversation that I had in my I'm moving video where I said I'm a serial mover. Okay, now I just thought that I can't sit still. Like I'm always looking for better. I'm always, if I don't like something, it's time to go. Like, like I deserve that. I work my ass off to get up and go when I'm ready. Okay. Um, but maybe, just maybe the reason that I'm moving, because again, I've been moving every year since I was 18 and I'm 39. So I've probably stayed at two places. Like I've actually renewed the lease twice, maybe three times, maybe at the most. I really feel like it's twice. But again, like, is it the place that's making me move, or is it because I don't feel home in the place that I'm moving to? Okay, that's something that I asked myself. That's something I had to sit with myself about and really answer that question. Maybe I'm searching for alignment. I'm not unstable. I'm not unstable. Um, but what is stability? What is a happy life? What is fulfillment in life? Like it had me questioning a lot of stuff, man. It just really, like, I spent a couple months just really trying to figure out my life. Like, although I felt home, I was confused as hell when I left Jamaica. Like I was so confused. Like, again, first of all, it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. It wasn't the narrative that people paint, that the news paints or that family paints. Because like when I told people I was going to Jamaica, everybody was freaking the fuck out. Especially when I said I was going by myself. Oh my God, if you say you shouldn't go. Everybody had their own perspective or their own input about Jamaica. You feel me? But for me, it wasn't that. It wasn't that at all. Like I did not have not one negative moment in Jamaica. Not one. Not one. So when it really came down to um, making the decision to leave the country, like it really wasn't about leaving the country. Oh, I got to get out of here. I know it's a lot going on in people's lives and with government, and I don't really I'm not even getting into any of that. But for me, it was more so about that feeling that I had in Jamaica, that feeling of home that I felt, that I was really chasing. It wasn't anything else. That feeling of home that I had when I was away from home, that made me feel like home can be somewhere else. Home gotta be somewhere else. When I decided to leave the country, that was the most certain, the most sure, the most clarity, the most clear I've ever been in my life. And usually when I travel, I do feel a little nervous because I don't know what to expect, and I'm going by myself and all of these, um, womanly things. Oh, you a woman, you traveling. I was the most sure of that I've ever been in my entire life when I got on that fucking plane to leave. Okay. That's the most clarity, the most certain that I've ever been in my life when I went to that airport and I was ready to go. I left because I was finally listening to that inner internal dialogue or internal voice, um, because I've been ignoring it. I've been ignoring it because again, I'm a serial mover. I just move like, that's just what I do. But that's the surface. That's surface level. You know what I'm saying? That's surface level. Um, Definitely surface level. It's way deeper than that. And I really never had the conversation with myself um, about how deep it gets. I never had that conversation with myself until I went to Jamaica. And I was just like, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait, man. I thought that everything was straight. I thought that I was just trying to experience different things and, um, you know, maybe slightly a thrill seeker or, just mixing it up a little, switching it up a little. Cause not only did I move, like I decorated every place that I had. Like I have like my few staple decorations. Like I have like a just for example, I have a microphone, like a microphone statue. Like okay, that's one thing that I take everywhere with me because that's something that's one of my passions. You feel like I have my staple decorations, but every single time I move, I get rid of my decorations and I redecorate. Again, I'm recreating, or I'm trying to create the feeling of home in every place that I've ever been in. But it took for me to leave home to feel home that I've been looking for this whole time. So why I moved because the life that I was building, the life that I was creating didn't feel like mine. It felt like I was creating the life that I was told to have, that I was raised to have, the life that I was conditioned to have. I was doing that. I was doing what I was told. I was being a good daughter. Being a good daughter. I- that's what I was doing. That's what I did. Worked my ass off, took care of myself, um, and built the home, built the life. You feel me? But like I said, I did not feel like that was the life that I wanted to live. It's like wanting to paint a picture, right? Wanting to paint a picture, being an artist, wanting to paint a picture, but instead of getting a blank canvas, you get one of those canvases with an outline, right? Do that make sense? So I want to paint, I want to create, I want my creative juices to flow, but the canvas that I have already has a stencil and an outline on it, and I just paint it. That's what it felt like. It felt like I got the stencil, I got you know what I'm saying, the outlines of the picture, but it wasn't my picture. It just wasn't my picture, and I just felt like hell. I've been moving around the country. It's the same thing to move out the country, and that's the first time I felt home when I was out of there. So let's go out there and let's find home. So that's really what I'm doing here. I'm looking for home, but at the end of the day, this one, this move, this move was for me. This move was for me, and I'm out here. I encourage you. I ain't gonna encourage you to get out here and do this. You feel me? Um, but I encourage you to listen to yourself, not others. Because honestly, I didn't get the advice. I didn't tell anybody that I was doing this. It might actually be somebody right now watching this video learning. Um, that I'm actually here. So, and the reason for that is because I decide what my life look like. I don't need advice. I don't need influence. Um, I feel like everything that happens for you, because I don't feel like things happen to us as people. I feel like everything that happens for us or for me is a lesson, whether it's a good lesson or a bad lesson. I feel like there's something to be learned, and I'm all for learning. So I didn't need I didn't need input. I didn't need influence. I didn't need deterrence. I didn't need negativity. I didn't need any of that. I just needed to focus on my vision and where I saw myself and where I wanted to be. And I kept that vision, that focus in my mind for the last year. It took me a year um, from from Jamaica. I went to Jamaica like the week of January 11th to 12th, and I got on my plane to Vietnam January 20 something of 20 something. And it took me a year to pretty much break down my life, um, sell all of my things, um, decide what I'm keeping and what I'm not. I mean, I pretty much I sold everything. Everything. All I have is a small storage, just like the size of a small closet. Not even I say a walk-in closet, but I broke down my life to just that. Yeah, here we are. Uh, here I am. Um, this is me just telling my truth, sharing my truth, and that's why um, this is the evolution. Um, 'Cause I feel like I'm forever evolving, I'm forever transforming. I feel like again, phase after phase after phase, every phase that I've been in my life, I've been a different version of me. Um, and mindset, internally, energetically, physically, with every phase. Um, produces a different version. So anyway, that's it. Hopefully, the message has been received well. If you do have any questions, concerns, or any of that, comment down below. I'm definitely open to answer your questions. And y'all stay amazing. Y'all stay blessed. Okay. And I'll catch y'all on the next one.